Hi, and welcome to a bit of a random Mike's V8 garage. The reason I'm shooting this video is primarily because I've not managed to put out anything for well over a month now, and the reason for that is because every single time I start looking at a job it starts growing arms and legs, and then a few extra heads as well, and some fingers. And this therefore is going to be my explanation of what's going on and a quick update as far as I can manage it. So I'm now going to move on to the reason why I'm not making many videos just now, and it's primarily because I was planning on doing a load of different things on my, fairly new to me anyway, daily driver, which is a 2006 Lexus GS 430. As you can see, it doesn't look particularly daily drive capable right now, and that's one of the reasons why I've not been putting out many videos. Because firstly, I was intending to do a little bit of a drive and review introduction. There's a few shots I need to get of that, and for that I need the car running. It ain't running right now. The next few videos were going to be me doing some basic suspension work, some brakes and so on, and that, because I found other issues going deeper into both of those, meant I had to order some new bits. And with COVID the way it is just now, every time I order a new piece, it's about 3 or 4 days delivery. Then I find out I need something else, another 3 or 4 days, yada yada yada. But I got all that done. That video was pretty much good to go, but I don't want to release it out of sequence. But at the same time, I wanted to tackle a couple of issues with the car. Firstly, severely yellowed headlights, hence why the front bumper and the headlights are out. And then secondly, an oil leak that was coming from the valve cover and was also starting to create a fair bit of crud out the back as well whenever it was running on petrol. So I decided to tackle both of those. I had all the parts already and I thought that should be fairly simple. Now in the case of the headlights, they're done, they're ready to go, they're going to be as good as they're going to get. But when you come to the engine, and the valve covers, as you can see, are off right now, which was a bit of a pig of a job, and you can see that from all the bump in the way, to say nothing of the added bump of an LPG install. More on that later. But the main issue came in that although there was oil leaking out around the side of the valve cover, and it was all over the alternator, and I'll try and get some light on it, but you can hopefully see there's a fair bit of oil down there, and that's after I've cleaned it off with degreaser. So it was quite bad, and the alternator was covered. That still needs to be cleaned. But the issue came when I got the timing cover off on this side, because there was a bit of a seep around the base of that, which you can just see in there. And that's when I suddenly thought, hold on a second, the oil that's there could not have possibly come from the valve cover. That's got to have come from either the VVTi unit, which is this here, or the camshaft seal in behind it. And suddenly this job's become a lot bigger than I thought. But that's a subject for another video. In the meantime, I'm just going to give a quick tour around the garage and just show you all of what's been going on. So obviously there's just about everywhere little bits of stripped Lexus of the headlights, more on them later. The battery over here is the ECU for the Lexus. I've got to constantly make sure I don't trip over my winch, which is another thing. But this is why trying to do camshaft outwork is particularly difficult. So we've got what are those, Lexus alloys, more on them later. I've got the Mustang's engine and rear end, nicely covered in more Lexus stuff. There's another set of alloys, this time for the Jag, that are blocking most of the access to my shelf space. The timing cover's there because I can't think of anywhere else. Fog lights and the external wires and other bits and pieces from one headlight there. The other ones had to go up there, and I've just this minute managed to clear a space to put the camshafts when I've got them out, because obviously you need to grip them to get all the various bits and pieces off, dismantle them to get the cam seal off, and that took some effort. In the meantime, over on this shelf there's all of the nicely cleaned spark plugs and coil plugs for the Lexus, a set of brakes, front brakes for the Lexus, which at some point I'm going to refurb and put on, a set of front brakes for the Jag, which at some point I'm going to refurb and put on, a whole load of other ancillary rubbish. We have the valve covers with new gaskets installed, again video to come on that. Underneath that is a load of suspension arms from the Jag that I've taken off and just kept back just in case I ever decide to polybush it, because I can just work with these arms and do them. And then on the lower shelf is the new suspension for the Jag. I say new, you know what I mean, the new used suspension for the Jag. And that is the reason why it is really difficult for me to do anything, because anytime I want to do something, something else has to move. So the headlights were on there. They're now sitting rather precariously on top of the Lexus alloys, ready to go. But yeah, I think if one more thing goes wrong, I don't know quite where I'm going to put anything, because as you can see, trying to do all of this in a single garage is quite difficult. So just to round up, this is why there's been nothing out of me for a while, and why it's probably going to be another week and a half, couple of weeks I'd say, before anything else comes out. Realistically, by the time I get the parts for that camshaft job, hopefully I don't find anything else wrong, get it sorted without further issue or breaking anything, and all the other bits and pieces I need to do to get it done. That's why it's taking me a while. Hence I thought I'd put this video out just as a quick update in the meantime. So what I would say is, if you want to see where I go with all of that random mechanical crap that's out there, then please like, comment, subscribe, stick with it. It'll take a little while, but normal service should resume shortly. I say normal, looking like this, nothing like it, but you know what I mean.